Hi everyone. Airline analysis. This is what we are going to do with the help of visualizations, and this is what my app is all about. Visually representing the data in an interactive way, where users can interact with the app. Let's visualize. We have data all around us, no matter how it is generated, but we cannot do much with the data. Data must be converted into information so that it makes more sense to us. In other words, processed data is known as information. But let's talk about visualizations. Ever thought what visualized data looks like? Well, it's right on the screen. There are tons of visualizations that you can make, and the one on the left side is a density plot which shows arrival and departure delay with respect to average flight distance. On the right side, we have bar plots that show overall customer satisfaction. Believe me or not, these visualizations have been created from a data set that contains 100,000 records. This is how we can get the most out of our data by visualizing it. This is the most important stage of human centered design thinking as the app is being developed for human beings. We interview people, understand how they think, as it's all about perception or the way you look at things, as everyone has a different perception. We try and understand the problem or problems people are dealing with. Next come the define phase. Once we have identified the problems and have a clarity about user's mindset, we clearly define the problem to be solved, which is based on real world experiences of the users. In this phase, we gather everything and from empathize and define phase, convert that into ideas, generating many possible solution ideas, taking feedback from our users and doing it again and again. Then it's time to convert your ideas into sketches or pictures known as prototypes, which is what I have done for my app. Testing. This is a very important process, and in my opinion, it's very crucial for your app development process. And this is the process that has the maximum number of iterations in terms of testing the code, fixing bugs, and repeating it over and over again. This phase is very important as it involves getting rid of the bugs and making sure that everything is working well. So now let us take a look at my app. So this is how the code is. I haven't changed it much since the time I started developing my app. So let's start the app. Welcome to my app. This is the first page, the main panel of my app, and I have deliberately placed inside the main panel a static visualization so that the users can get an idea what technology is capable of doing with the data. I have placed a card here, right over here, that contains the link to the dashboard I created in Tableau using the same dataset. Then second tab has a scatter plot and its value changes as soon as we change the values over here. Then the third tab contains reactive bar plot. It has a widget on the left side, just like the second tab. So this widget is called a slider input, and it is a reactive bar plot, which means its value is going to change as soon as the user is going to interact with the widget. If I talk about alternate approach, the alternate approach that I thought of was keeping all the controls on one page on either side and all the visualizations on the right side in the main panel. But that would have been pretty common, and it it would have been without any tabs. The other prototype that I disregarded was the one which would have had cards, and cards would contain links to websites for booking flights, but people can do that themselves, and that would have not been helpful. I needed something useful and different, so I came up with what I have just shown. To conclude, this app was developed in Shiny. We are surrounded by data, but it does not make sense every time. If we gather data, process it, and then convert it into visualizations, it starts making more sense. Who are going to use the application that we develop? Humans. So we must think from their perspective, interview potential users, understand their thought process, the problems they are facing, develop a design, gather your ideas, and make prototypes. In the end, choose the prototype that you consider the best and convert it into reality by developing your app. The app that you saw today was reactive, which means every time it gets an input from the user, its output is going to change, and you get useful insights with the help of visualizations this app creates. That was all. Thank you.